Hello guys! Today, I will review the 3 original big boxes of Screamer 2. Stay until the end of the video. I have a little bonus that I want to show you. Okay, let's start. The first box has been sold in Europe, the second one is specific to Germany, and the last one was for the USA and Canada. I am sure the last one is the one you're most familiar with. This is due to the fact that every game's digital distribution platform uses this cover art, such as Steam, Epic Games Store, or GOG. I have to confess the last one is my favorite, even if the first one is the only one with the correct logo, the one we actually see in-game. For the second one, even the name of the game is something else. Okay, let's start reviewing the first one, which was sold in Europe. First things first, what is this car? It's not the Horizon, it's not the Nebula, it's not the Spark, it's not the Radiance, and finally not the Hornet. So I have no idea what it is, but I am sure it's not in the game. I have the same question for the track, where is this? So my guess is, the marketing team worked in parallel with the development team and took some assets at one point. So this car could have been in the game at some point and have been removed or modified during the development. This is just an assumption, I could be completely wrong on this. If you like guesses, here is my second one. Somebody in the marketing team was a big fan of the Volkswagen Golf 3. How do I know? There is a poster of a red Golf in the tunnel. Indeed, this car was produced between 1991 and 1997. It matches the development period of Screamer 2, which was released in 1996. Now let's take a look at the back cover. As you can see, it's the French version. But don't worry, the rest of this one will be in English. The first paragraph talks about driving on different surfaces and how you will feel every bump of the road. It is followed by a couple of previews of the game. The last paragraph talks about cars, AI, game modes, multiplayer on split screen, and so on. On the top of the box, we have the minimum and recommended specs to run the game. As you probably know, a Pentium 60 MHz with 8 MB of RAM is enough to play Screamer 2. The other sides of the box show other images of the game, age ratings, decorative images, and the logo of each team. There is one funny thing about this box. Each element of the top cover has its counterpart on the back cover. Under the serial access door, you can see a DB25 connector. The same goes for the logo of each team. Every side of the box uses the same principle. They even represented a CD-ROM drive. It is now time to open the box and see what's inside. We'll take a look at the booklet first. But don't worry, I am not going to read everything. I will just browse through it and stop where things get interesting. The first page gives us the countries where this box has been sold: United Kingdom, France, Spain, and Italy. It is followed by an epilepsy warning and introduction chapters to the game. The next page is interesting. There is a brief introduction to the different teams, but the names shown on this page and those in the game are close, but slightly different. The booklet mentions Condors with an S, but in the game it's just Condor. And it's the same story for Wasp. Does this mean at some point during the development, the Condor team was named Condors and Wasp was named Wasps? Or it's just a little mistake in the booklet? In this situation, a real YouTuber would say, "Let me know what you think in the comments below." On the next page, there is also something interesting. You can see a preview of the game, and you can notice the aspect ratio of the image is not 4:3. We will discover in the following pages what ratio this is. On the next page, you can see a little mistake in the title. It should be high instead of high. The next pages introduce every tracks and every cars, except the bonus tracks and the bonus cars you unlock after winning the League 4. The following page gives us an interesting information. The resolution of the game is either 320 by 200 pixels in low resolution or 640 by 400 pixels in high resolution. This means the correct aspect ratio to play the game is 16:10 and not 4:3. My whole childhood has been a lie, but I'm a grown-up now. I can accept it. The last page of the manual is dedicated to the credits. The rest of the booklet is the same, but in French, Spanish, and finally Italian. So there is no point in reading this over again. Now let's take a look at the CD jewel case and its content. Nothing special, it's the same artwork we already saw on the box cover. The back shows us more nice previews of the game. For some reason, only Team Zeus is present in the screenshots. The jewel case booklet doesn't give us any new information than what we already saw in the previous booklet. And that was for the European box. It is now time to review the German one. Be reassured, I don't speak German, so I am not going to read everything. Okay, so the first question is, why does the Screamer franchise is named Bleifuss in Germany? Why did they change the name? I am afraid that I have no clear answer to this question. I can only assume it is for intellectual property reasons. I emailed Milestone about this, but unfortunately I haven't received any reply. If some of you have more information, don't hesitate to share. Anyway, Bleifuss can be translated as pedal to the metal or lead foot. I think it's not a bad title for a racing game. As you can see, the name is different, but the developer is the same, Milestone, as well as the distributor, Virgin Interactive Entertainment. Also, the artwork is the same as the European box. Now let's take a look at the back cover. Tiefer, brighter, schneller can be translated as deeper, wider, faster. To anticipate your question, it's not a game sponsored by Daft Punk. Nothing striking on this back cover. We can see descriptions and previews of the game. The sides give us more previews as well as the recommended configuration to properly run the game. It is time to open the box, and again, I will start with the booklet. No big surprise here, the booklet artwork is the same as the box cover. You can see the epilepsy warning is also present in the German version. You will see it in the following pages, but the content of the booklet is almost the same as the European one. The only exception is screenshots. They have been updated, even when it was not necessary. On this page, the teams' names are also misspelled. At least this is consistent with the European box. Also, the preview has been updated. On the next page, options and cars' parameters are described. On this page, an in-game preview is displayed, but the aspect ratio is again not 4:3. The rest of the booklet is the same as the European version. All tracks and all cars are displayed except the ones you unlock after winning the League 4. And that's all I wanted to show you in the German booklet. Now let's take a look at the CD jewel case and its content, but to be honest, there is nothing special about it. The pictures are the same as the box cover. And there is no information in the CD jewel case booklet. And that was for the German box. Now let's take a look at the box sold in the USA and Canada. This is the last big box I'm going to review in this video, but also the rarest. This one is almost impossible to find. For me, it's the best looking artwork, and it's also the biggest. as you probably noticed in the beginning of this video. The car on the left is a Porsche 911 Type 993, which is used here to represent the Radiance. The car on the right looks like a Toyota MR 2W20, which is used to represent the Horizon, even though the Horizon is actually a Toyota Supra Mark IV. But anyway, the marketing team did a great job with this box. Now let's take a look at the back cover. As expected, we find descriptions and previews of the game. But surprisingly, the aspect ratio of these previews is 4:3. All other boxes displayed the recommended ratio from the booklet we saw earlier. One funny thing, the background of the relative position bar is green, whereas it's transparent in the game. One odd thing, here it is mentioned, power to customize up to 20 high-performance race cars. There is a total of 8 cars in this game. So why is it written 20? Simple. You have 4 base cars with 4 different liveries, so 16 cars in total, to which you add 4 bonus cars you have to unlock. And that's how they can show 20 cars when in reality you only have 8 different cars. Marketing at its finest. Also, you cannot customize the 4 bonus cars, so you have only 4 cars to customize, not 20. Again, marketing at its finest. Let's take a look at the sides of the box. Like all the other boxes, the sides give us more previews as well as the recommended configuration to properly run the game. Now let's open it. The box is beautiful, but I think the content is not as good as the 2 other boxes. I will show you what I'm talking about. Here is the product registration card. Nothing really interesting. As you can see, there is no booklet in this box, so we'll directly take a look at the CD jewel case. The front artwork of this jewel case is the same as the box. Let's do a little pause here. This specimen doesn't have a back cover, but I have one that does, and here it is. As you can see, there is nothing special. It's the same text as the one on the back of the box. Now we'll take a look at the booklet inside the CD jewel case. You will see that it's not as good as the one from the European box. The first page gives us the system requirements. The next page is dedicated to starting the game and explaining the different game modes. After that, the multiplayer mode is described. As you can see, there are no screenshots, it's just raw text describing the minimum information. The page dedicated to the technical support confirms that this specimen was sold in the USA and Canada. And to finish, the part everyone was waiting for, the license agreement and limited warranty. I think this is pretty much everything to be said about this box. Now let's move to the bonus I want to show you. This is a CD jewel case containing the demo of Screamer 2. I think it's pretty rare. The word demo is mentioned on the artwork, and right below there are 2 lines. Not for resale. And the same in French, but the funny thing is, they messed up the French translation. So it could be translated as, do resale not. I cannot be too hard on them because I probably also made lots of English mistakes in this video. But let's get back to the jewel case. The back is the same as the European one, as you can see. The CD is not blue like the European one. Also, it has the mention demo. The booklet gives us the minimum information in order to install the demo. And that's all there is to see about this one. I thought it would be a nice bonus to end this video. And that's all I wanted to show you today. I hope you enjoyed this video and that it was not too long. So, which one do you own? Which one is your favorite? Let me know if you want more information about these boxes. Have fun. Peace.